In this video, I want to talk about all the struggles my autistic dad went through all throughout his life. So, for 72 years, he passed away in 2019, and none of us had any awareness, neither he nor me, nor my mom, that he was autistic. And all throughout his life, unfortunately, my mother kept blaming him for being so rude, being so different, for being irresponsible, for being careless. And somewhere I too started believing that at one point of time in my life, that he doesn't care about us. But it wasn't that he didn't care about us. He just didn't knew how to care about himself, or how to express, how to talk, how to converse, how to express his emotions. And even I had those symptoms within me also. I've struggled with a lot of issues with autism myself, but being a girl, I was still able to vocalize my voice, at least able to take stand for myself. And but yeah, I had my own struggles. In this video, I want to particularly talk about my dad's struggle. So I was born in this happy family. I'm the only child of my parents, and both of them loved this little girl. And my dad used to play with me a lot when I was a little kid. I remember he used to play with me so much. I used to sit on his back, and he used to become my horse. And yeah, I used to love him, and I was fascinated with him. I just used to think that he is the best uh, man in this world. And yeah, things were going on good. But slowly, as I started growing up, I would feel that my dad is very disconnected from us, me and my mother. And he used to live more into his own world. He used to just smile, but he had a lot of struggles at his own job. He was not able. He was just doing his job, which he got because of the reference from my uncle. And everyone used to say this silently, that there's something is not right with him, but no one was really ready to accept. No, none of my aunts, uncles, they were just saying that it will get better with time, it will get better with time. I think his childhood was also had been through a lot of struggles. And then he got married with my mom. My mom has her own story, which I will cover in a separate video. So I think my mom was 21 years old at that time, and my dad was, I guess, 32 or 34 years old. I'm not sure. So there was a big age gap between both of them. My dad was very childish from his energy, very kiddish. And I always wanted to talk to him more and wanted to go out with him, but he used to just shut down. He used to always shut down and stay alone. And I used to feel that, doesn't he love me? Doesn't he care for me? And then even my mom had lots of issues with communication with him, and we never felt as a family. He was trying his best. I want to say that he was trying his best to express his emotions. And I, somewhere deep down, I knew that he knows me, he understands me, he loves me. But I was not able to understand because there was no awareness. There was no awareness till 2019 when he passed away. I wasn't aware that there is anything called autism. And neither my mom. So my mom used to complain him, nag him always. There were always fights going on in my home. But I used to more feel feel that soft corner with my dad, that why he doesn't speak, why he doesn't say, why he keeps listening to my mom when she's wrong, and why he doesn't take those actions for us. I mean, we can do a lot of things, but he was quite rigid in his brain also. Even though more like a child, very loving, caring child, but rigid in his brain. In the childhood, he used to tell me that up to 10 years of my age, I would never leave my mom, and I would always uh, used to always go to my grandmother, and he was completely dependent on her. Then he had lots of issues in studies and growing up, and then he was not taking any initiative for himself to find a job for him, and ultimately my uncle has helped him out. And that was also like, in the family it was a big thing that he is not taking any initiative for himself, and as they think that let's get him married and things will sort out. And they found my mom, and my dad was from a very good social status family, and my mom was not from that good family. So they thought that she will accept him for his differences. Unfortunately, that didn't really happen in our case. So I was this princess. They had, both of them had made me felt that I'm their princess, and they had done everything in their capacity with whatever awareness they had to make me happy, safe, comfortable. But what I felt is, because they both were so disconnected from their own self, I never felt safe in my home. Um, yeah, this is something like, they were trying, they were pushing hard for me, and they were dragging themselves out and go to work. And then my mom used to say me always that I'm doing this or I'm doing that for you. But a lot of things didn't went as we expected. My childhood was like, my dad never wanted to go out to restaurants like my other friends. I used to see them hanging out with their father, talking to them, and that used to make me feel a bit jealous, that why is my father not doing this? But he used to do those things in his own unique ways. He used to get me a lot of ice creams and chocolates, and he used to get me everything that I love. It's just that he couldn't express. He used to come and give it to me, and I used to take and I used to have. So I also had my own autistic struggle. So my mom would always find me weird as a child. She used to feel that both the father and the daughter, they do not have any emotional connect. They do not express the love and joy towards her. So yeah, and that kept going. And then she started sort of saying me this, that your dad doesn't care for us, and he's very irresponsible, and he can't do anything, and he's not bothered about us. And somewhere I also, at one point of time, I also started believing that yes, he's not taking any actions for us, he's not really participating in anything. He always stay alone in social situations, like in social gatherings, social events, weddings. He used to go there, but just stay there quiet as an observer. He used to just have, with his meek voice, he used to say hello, hello, like that. He used to do. Uh, he was the most beautiful person I know. So, but yeah, like, when you're growing up in a toxic home, you just want to know what's going on, what's wrong is going on. I had seen that my dad couldn't articulate simple sentences in his own native language also. He was never able to articulate. So whenever he used to talk, he had to come and talk to me. First of all, he would never look into anybody's eyes. He would always sit like this, and when everyone is there, and he would just used to leave the conversation and go and leave all the guests like that. And we used to feel, what is this, like, why he left? He couldn't really talk in those social situations. Even if guests were coming to our house, he would just sit like this, and my mom used to converse on behalf of him all the time. So I confronted him once that, Dad, you don't love me, you haven't given your best, and he could only say that I have done whatever best I could do. At his workplace, also, he used to just go there and sit and come back. He wouldn't socialize with any of his colleagues and co workers, and some of them have understood and have accepted him and supported him. So, those were like few uncles who would support him. But yeah, I mean, he wasn't really taking any initiative as a family that we want to buy a property, or let's do this or let's do that, or maybe do some new renovations in the home. All of those things, buying grocery, everything was my mom's responsibility. He was not able to plan financial aspects of our life, of my life. Again, it wasn't his fault. I know it wasn't his fault. It was his severe levels of autism, which I came to know only after he left us. So yeah, I was talking about the simple sentences, the way he used to articulate, like if he had to explain to me something that maybe you can, so he used to just call me very softly, Dolly, maybe we can think like, maybe why don't you join this course, and maybe this is going to help you. It was even slower than this. So that was what I used to feel. Why is he so slow? Why is he not getting things? That because I had both the brains, so my mom's ADHD and my dad's autism. My dad's autism had played in my life into various situations and various ways. I'll cover that in a separate video again. But whenever I used to go out, I used to become this meek person, this shut down person. But at home with my mom and dad, I used to feel that I'm like I can voice and I can ask anything. At least till childhood, till teenage, I was able to do this. So at times I had also told my dad, I was teaching him that how to cook rice after I grew up, and he just couldn't understand anything. And I felt like he's not able to understand, or is he pretending he's not able to understand? Is he trying to just run away from all the chores and responsibilities of the house? That's what my mom used to say, that he is running away. He understands everything. He doesn't want to participate. It's all coming upon me. And she never ever, even till today, she never accepted that my dad was not doing anything intentionally. And I also then remember this thing that whenever something used to happen to me, I used to fall sick or something, he didn't used to show a lot of emotions. He used to take me to the doctor and get me medications and everything. But then he used to always, that the way my mom used to show affection, she used to get really overwhelmed, anxious, and she used to just come and comfort me all the time. He would just observe me from a distance and used to say that it's going to be all right. And I thought, yeah, you as a kid, you think the parent who is giving you a lot of attention is the one who loves you. And I won't say that my mom didn't love me. She loved me, but she was not able to truly understand what's going on with me and my dad. Both of us, because she was not able to understand what's going wrong with her own self. So I would say, like, I'm from this family where both my mom and dad had been so loving towards me, but they were not loving towards their own self. They didn't have this awareness or self-love, and that was making everything anxious, like overwhelmed every time. Everything used to get heat up, especially when I became a teenager. I could like after 7th 8th standard, I could see a lot of issues happening. And after I was in 7th grade, 6th or 7th grade, I remember my dad ultimately, because he just couldn't survive. There was a lot going on in our family, issues with my aunts, with my auntie and all. He resorted into alcohol, and that was something that instigated and infuriated my mom. And then she started nagging him all the time, and she started scolding him, and the environment in my home started getting toxic and toxic after that. uh, and then but one thing I wanted to say this, that even though my father resorted to alcohol, he used to be drunk, but I would say he was the most sober person. Even when he was drunk, he would never do anything that's that was nasty or something. But my mom had this habit of exaggerating his flaws, that he is not the right person for her or me. And she wanted to leave him, but then she kept saying that it's only because of you I have to be stuck. And I won't complain, I won't say that she wasn't wrong. She had lots of her own issues going on, her own emotional baggage she was carrying. My dad was carrying his own emotional baggage. So one was like into this anxious attachment style, and one was into this avoidant attachment style, and completely shut down. Both of them were completely shut down, and they were just dragging themselves every single day. My mom used to cry, 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 and my dad used to just stare at everything, and he just couldn't play the role of the provider. And everything came upon my mom, and I felt as if I am the burden upon both of them, like I shouldn't have been really born. Wasn't their fault, but they were just not ready. They were not ready for this life challenge. And yeah, they kept dragging themselves, hoping that I will be the light into their life. But that didn't really happen. I went on my own. I think I was carrying my own darkness, and I couldn't really help them. But yeah, I mean, uh, and then things continued, and there is a lot with my dad's autistic struggle. Maybe I'll keep telling time to time. I can't tell everything in one single video. But yeah, for 72 years, my dad struggled a silent battle within his own self. No one knew what was going on inside his own head.